Hey guys, and welcome back. I am the Seven Swords, and this is back. We're back in Skyrim, and I was walking around, and we actually found a character that I was hoping to run into eventually that we're going to talk to right now. Um, his quest is one that I like, and I would like to do it, so I'm glad that we finally found him.
Right. And what did you say the point of this little venture was?
Oh, no, wouldn't do to say it all. Not, uh, not now. Not at all. I have far too many things to do still.
If you say so.
Have you heard from your family recently?
No, not really.
Excuse
Perhaps
me.
we can go another few decades without a disaster.
That's
That
too
would
bad.
be nice.
Not at all.
Do you know of any business technologies help with? I'm currently in the area and wanting to take care of some stuff while I'm out exploring.
You mean the official sort of business? Well, no. No, not really.
Have you heard from your
But
family recently?
I can't help but notice that you're
No,
doing
not
quite
really.
well for yourself.
Couriers don't seem to
Rising through the ranks and all.
That's too
It may not be official,
Not at all.
but there is
Things
a
are not being
project
informed about
I've
my
been
progress
working
at
on.
the college.
I wonder if perhaps you could assist with it.
Could you tell me more about the project? Maybe I would help you.
Yes. No, I don't think so. Not at this point. It's just that, well, I'm not even really sure it's going to amount to anything just yet. All theoretical right now, you understand? But the implications are quite intriguing, I think. I simply need some experimental results to confirm my suspicions. Just, just bring me some Dwemer Cogs. I need to examine them for the methods used in forging them. 10 of them should be enough for me to get a better understanding of how they were crafted. That's all I need, all right?
Sure. The fact that he says Dwemer Cogs is probably something that makes her extremely interested. Um, I don't think we have any Dwemer Cogs on us right now. Um, no, we do not. Probably have to go to a Dwemer location for that. But in the last episode, I did some walking around the college. We actually picked up the book we need for the destruction magic ritual, which basically will unlock a very powerful version of destruction magic for us. Um, Deliver 10 cogwheels. We will eventually do that. I basically wanted to grab him while we were here because for some reason finding him in the college is sometimes very difficult for me. We still have the Saints at Bandit Camp and then of course the camp near the northern coast. Um, which are those part of this? Brothers in Iron. Oh right, I forgot that we were running it. That we ran into this. That we ran into this near the inn and started to work on it. We are going to go do that eventually. Now we could go back to Clockwork Castle and go into the dungeon of Clockwork Castle to find the cogs, which isn't actually that bad of an idea. Um, Sarah probably finds this and drops everything else to deal with it. She probably loves the idea of doing something with the Dwemer, and if it has something to do with the Dwemer, she's probably very fascinated by it. So she'll probably go look for the cogs now. She probably could make them herself, since she has a lot of understanding of the Dwemer architecture and such, but I don't think there's actually a way to do that. I think you have to find the cogs. But, how's our inventory looking? Our inventory is looking like I need to sort it. So I will be right back. I'm going to pause the recording and do some quick manual sorting of my inventory. Alright, and we're back. Our inventory is looking slightly better. It could be a lot. It could be better. I could um, decrease our weight a little bit more by getting rid of a lot of these potions. But right now, I'm just going to go ahead and hang on to them. Um, we might try to stop at a merchant or something in another town and sell the potions there eventually. But as of right now, we have enough to switch out for on Kano's ring, so we're going to be doing that. I also feel like we should be replacing that eventually, just because of the fact that with how long we've had it. I also wanted to mention why I do it manually and why you can click, if we go back to here real quick, just so I can show this off, because I did want to explain this, just so you guys are understanding why, if you get the mod, if you were wondering why. You do have these buttons where you can press this sort items from inventory to kitchen, sort items from inventory to major study, and sort items from inventory to workroom, which basically will get rid of crafting material, books, potions, uh, books, ingredients, and filled soul gems and other stuff like that. And basically, it'll just get rid of all of it, and it'll send it to the it'll send it to whatever room you told it to send it to. The reason I don't use that is because there is a lot of mods. There's a lot of modded items, like from Hunterborn, and some that are just from the collector's editions and stuff like that, that the game doesn't recognize. So I manually sort most of the time just to make it to where I know that I'm putting everything away. Now, it's obviously not super safe going down here because the gilded it's always possible that there are gilded still down here. I did mention a few times, like quite a while ago now, that the last time I came down here after getting Aetherius magic to practice, we kind of had a lack of the gilded at all. Like, I didn't see any of them down here. And Sarah just kind of chalked that up to, like, they've descended deeper into this place. Um, and she didn't want to bother them, so she just kind of let them be. Um, this is one place that she knows, though, that will have some of the materials she might be looking for. It should have the cog wheels that we're looking for. Oh, apparently the gilded are back up here. We will be trying to deal with them, but we're mostly looking for the cogs. Well, we're not going to try to deal with them. We're going to try to have them be dealt with, but we're not going to be specifically trying to fight them. Are they in here? Yes, they are. Now, they're still not that difficult. The gilded, especially these ones up here, are not difficult at all. That was 2. I feel as though we'll find there's plenty of them down here, and it's nice to come back to this dungeon every once in a while just because it's a very cool design. I'm hoping we don't have to go all the way down. I'm hoping we can find what we need relatively quickly. I don't know if I could craft them myself. We might try if we get down to the crafting area to see if I can craft these items myself. But, yeah, this place is always interesting. Not to mention it brings up the Forgotten City and stuff like that. I wonder why they're back. Because last time I was here, they were not, like, they were nowhere to be found. Oh. Interesting. I didn't even realize the pipes could be brought back. That's a torture. I actually can understand why they... I can actually understand why they did not, I couldn't pull my hands up for a second there. I can understand why they've gone crazy. Like, I can only imagine the amount of stress from having to stay constantly awake, constantly unable to rest, constantly unable to do anything except exist. I would think that Sarah probably wants to help them. I believe that's one reason why she came down here originally with her Aetherius magic, was she was hoping that she could help them. Find a way to help them pass on. Or at least try to help them bring their minds some clarity. but it just, I think in the end it just became more and more of her realizing that this was not something she could fix, even with the power she has. Like, a lot of people might be like, oh, she has Ethereus magic, it should be able to do this. Like, there should be a way to do that. And yeah, probably there's an argument there, since I am playing by a game mechanic, that Ethereus magic is actually not a in-game thing, and it's this mod's an entirely different mod. And um, but I think one of the reasons why is, like, while she has Ethereus magic, while she has access to this really powerful magic, we know for a fact that it's not complete. It's not a full, complete knowledge, because we're missing the second book. We still have the quest to go find the second book in Sovereign Guard. Now, I don't know if the quest is, if the mod is further along than the last time I played it, but the last time I played it, I went to Sovereign Guard and I could not get the I could not get um, the second book. The second book like did not exist. And according to the mod page, when I was when I did read into it, that it was that the mod was not finished. That it still had work that needed to get done, and that the mod maker was still trying to work on it. Now I don't know if he was actually, if the mod maker was actually doing any work on it, or if it was just like that that they were planning on finishing it eventually. I actually don't know who the mod maker of Ethereus Magic is. I couldn't remember which mod I was talking about for a second there, and so I don't know if it's a guy or if it's a girl or whatever. But whoever it is, they did not bring. They didn't. Apparently, it was not finished, and they still had more to do. And the second book did not exist in game. So I don't know if the second book is even in game. I can't imagine what it would do. I can't imagine what magics it would unlock, since um, we're still looking at it being a Skyrim, and it's a limitation of the game engine itself, not a limitation of um, the mod or imagination, I'm guessing. I'm trying not to grab everything because I'm trying not to be a loot goblin right now, because I am trying to keep an eye out for these cogs, which I am not seeing anything of them now. Go deeper if we need to, but I'm gonna try and I'm gonna check up here. I think this leads, doesn't this lead to the residential ward? Yes, that's the Mortal Lair, which is the residential area. We might go there um, to look for them. I do imagine though that like she's partially using her magic to like, she's not causing them damage. These bolts she's firing them are slightly altered. She slightly altered these in the spell to affect their soul gems to knock them out, and that's why it's so effective against them. I'm not really sure if that's the case. I don't know if this spell particularly is just effective against them, or if it's because of the fact that when I opened up this area originally, I was not this high up level, and so they're just leveled to what I was when I first came here. I do notice that the area is kind of like regenerated, like the pipes are back and stuff like that. My explanation is that the Gilded put them there. The Gilded are like trying to restore this area to what it was when they were around. They're trying to make it back to what's familiar to them, probably trying to maintain some kind of familiarity for them. Probably gonna end up having to go into like the Sick Ward or the Mortal Lair to find more of these cogs. What the heck? I've never seen that before. Now I'm curious. I've never seen this before, so we might be about to find something I've never seen in this. But it looks like I can make my way over there. I'm going to be kind of annoyed if I get over there and it turns out it's just somewhere you can stand with the water pouring in through like a grate or something. Oh, yep, it is. Pull the lever. Oh, pull the lever. Interesting. Whoa, okay. Like I said, I've never been here, so we're in uncharted waters, pun intended, right now. Let's throw on Volsung. I'm curious to see how much of my disguise is still in place with Volsung. It's not like she's worried about revealing herself down here. There's nobody down here she would be afraid to reveal herself to. Good thing we have Volsung. Because this is definitely an odd location. One that I definitely want to explore. I have, like I said, this is... I probably will say that a couple of times just to reiterate the fact that I've never been here. Okay. What is this? Oh, I can't cast magic here. I was going to try and use Zenithar's Blink to get up there, but... Or Zaren's Blink to get up there, but... Okay. No, we have this. I probably shouldn't be able to get up there, but... Got it! Where is... What the flip? Whoa. Oops. Okay. Let's clip back inside. I guess this is just an area that you can come to breathe. Go back this way, maybe? Nope. Wait, do we go up this one? Okay, this is a little bit of a bigger area. Oh, okay, I know where I'm at. I noticed, I recognized the thing, but now I know where I'm at. Okay. There wasn't really anything in there, but interesting nonetheless. This is direct flow. This is not where you go to fight the one, not where you go to fight Shadow. This is actually where you go to, this is actually where the lava and, like, all the stuff is coming from. Go away. There's the pipe. There's some more pipe. It's interesting that the pipe is back. So I wonder if that's because I've been away for so long that the dungeon recreated itself, or if it has something more to do with like well, I'm pretty sure that's what it did, but I wonder if it's possible to do that while you're playing through it to try and finding these finding them better. Right, where are we? I'm looking for there it is. Because I think this works on there we go. Yep. It does work on expert locks. I didn't feel like picking that one. We're gonna take both of those. There is a thing down here. Like I said, I don't think we can make the cogs, but I am willing to give it a shot. Merely because of the fact that if I can make the cogs myself, that would be a lot easier. I know technically you can go into lava with a high enough fire resistance. I don't think our higher fire resistance is high enough right now to do it, but we may eventually try one day. Just looking to see if we can make the cogs. Like I said, I don't think we can. I highly doubt it's possible. I am kind of annoyed that it's all jumbled together like this. But, that's probably a me problem. That's probably, I probably didn't add the right mods or something together, or I probably have a conflict of some kind. Now, I'm going to use this, I'm going to do a quick save real quick. We're going to get our, healing, and then I'm also going to grab the Become Ethereal Shout, because I am curious to quickly step into this just to see what this is, if there's anything down here.
Fine.
Nope. Nothing of interest. And I doubt Sarah would have had a purpose or reason for doing that, but except for maybe the same reason I did, a mild curiosity. Probably also testing out her abilities, seeing if Become Ethereal was possible to resist the power of magma. It's actually kind of it's actually kind of unique for her to have access to such areas. The Dwemer's were probably the only other ones who ever saw this location, so she is one of very few who have ever seen this outside of the Dwemer, most likely. And like I said, I'm probably bringing all this stuff up as it's not very important now because we completed this dungeon a while ago. But like coming back here and having her explore this again, and the reason she's back here exploring here because of the fact that it's something that only she had access to does make sense for her. Really? Oh wow, so that's locked off again. I wonder if that means... I don't think the sick ward is going to be locked off, because I think the sick ward was never locked off to us. It is interesting to think, though, that the entire dungeon has reset, including the doors have relocked and stuff like that. There's more lava. Sleep. Parents, welcome. I did play another character recently, who was a Nord, who was surviving, who was captured by the Thalmor, and he plans on joining the Stormcloak Revolution. I have been considering possibly playing through more playthroughs. None of them like Sarah's playthrough, but doing like role plays of different starts and just like not giving like a full story to them, not giving them the full run, but just giving like a few like talking about who they are, talking about like what their thought process is. What I might do if I end up playing another playthrough of Skyrim after I finish Sarah's, we're going to do a lot of the game, so I'm not really sure if there's going to be a point to it. But in truth, I could play through Skyrim hundreds of times and not really be bothered by it.
Sometimes I get to thinking.
So I don't know how interesting they're going to be, but I will play. I do plan on playing other characters after this one's finished. What I'll probably do is do 3 or 4 different characters between them of short characters, and then whichever one gets the most views and likes, maybe I'll figure out a point system. A view is worth 1 point, while a like is worth like 10 points.
Visiting. Who's died?
We are in the sick ward, which I always thought the sick ward looked interesting because I felt like, I don't know, like I guess limitation on assets probably played a factor into its design, but I kind of wish it looked more like a doctor's office. But then again, maybe it does. Maybe this is what a Dwemer doctor office looks like. It's always a possibility. I don't know if we're going to find all these cogs down here, though, because we're currently not becoming very lucky with cogs. Maybe we have. My wife did just bring me out. They're actually peanut butter and jelly M&Ms. We both wanted to try them, and I'm guessing that she was not a fan since she brought the entire bag out to me. We both assumed that neither of us would be much of a fan for them. But I have been a fan of weirder things before. And I personally feel like peanut butter and jelly M&Ms might be interesting. I don't plan on eating them while recording because, well, I don't think you guys want to hear me chomping away at food while I'm recording, but I might try them in between episodes and then let you guys know in the next episode how they are, at least in my opinion. I wouldn't mind doing food reviews. Where is... Oh. Was he the only one bothering me? Thought I was being shot at. Sometimes that's the reason why I take damage for a while. I just can't tell what's damaging me or where they're at. I don't really want to go in the tower. I'm betting the tower is going to have a couple of cogs at least, but I don't want to go in the tower. Wanting to find these cogs though. I know Markarth, the city on Markarth is a Dwemer city, so there's probably so she might consider Markarth to be another possible location to go to, since it's possible that the Dwemer city of Markarth might have ruins below it in its deeper parts that she can go to. Got some Dwemer bolts. I haven't really seen any and a golden mask, but we really haven't seen any crossbows. I'm not a huge fan of crossbows personally, so she's not going to be using a crossbow if that's not already apparent. I am trying to avoid bows in general. The shadow bow is the one bow that I was going to omit from that restriction just because I wanted the shadow bow, mostly for its invisibility. But I didn't want to get into bows because I didn't want it to be, oh, I'm using bows, now I'm a stealth archer, and now it's literally just me running around stealthing everything, because that's what I almost said D&D. That's what Skyrim becomes after a while. Not that always is what is the case, but that's what it seems like to me, at least. Is that's what I always end up doing. So I'm trying to avoid that. I might do a character that's a stealth archer build at one point in time, but that will be a different character. I can't say that most of them will probably do this quest, getting Clockwork Castle. I can't really avoid that just because of the fact that Clockwork Castle is a really powerful, player home, and it's really hard for me to go with anything else now that I've seen it once. Ooh, crap! There's 3 of you. I wonder if, like, well, it's interesting that I'm having an interesting thought process with this whole, like, did the dungeon reset or not? And the main reason because, while yes, it seems like it's reset because the loot is in different places. All of the gilded the 3 gilded that I trapped in that room were trapped in that room. Like, that did not reset, which is odd. So I find it weird that the door to Shadow's room reset. Not that it's a huge deal. Shadow's boss room is not super important to be able to get back to, and I don't think there was many cogs there. I gotta be careful. I'm getting low on magicka, and I have not prayed, and I don't really want to drop a prayer to Magnus right now. I do have potions, I have to remember that. I could always use potions instead of my healing spells. I usually try to use my potions when I'm in danger, but this isn't really a place that I'm going to be. I don't think this is a place I'm going to be in danger. I think my main problem here is just going to be making sure that the gilded aren't overwhelming me. Which, as of right now, I don't think they have yet. Alright, we're going back. We're just gonna go up to the top and head back to the central area. I'm not finding any cogs here, and I'm starting to wonder if there are none here. We may have to go to a different dungeon. I do know we found a couple of cogs here, but like I'm noticing like I haven't found any in the mortal lair. Um, I am tempted to go to the. I am tempted to go to where the big centurion of many hearts was, and go to his location and find his, because I would think he has at least some gears in that area, because that seems like a workshop. Oh, here's another area that's kind of like a workshop. The heck? I just realized that I don't remember seeing this place. Maybe I should have came back here sooner. Maybe this is actually a really good idea, just because of the fact that apparently there's still stuff to this place I have not discovered. Let's see. Sword. That's an arrow. There's a bunch of arrows. It's a bow. It's like shelves. Okay, so it's not an armory. I thought it was an armory at first. Maybe it's storage? Huh. Interesting. Is there gonna be one that's like full of cogs? Please be one full of cogs. That would be absolutely incredible. Oh. Went over encumbered. Thanks to picking up way too many of those solid Dwemer metals. We're gonna throw the Ring of Ancients on. Another Dwemer pipe. There's a lot of these down here. I am convinced that you do not need to craft, well, we know we don't have to craft any, because I did not have to craft any when doing this mission. But I'm starting to feel like there is... I'm starting to wonder if the, I'm starting to wonder how many of these pipes are down here. I know that you needed 10 for the, mission. So maybe there's 20? That'd be an interesting number. At first I thought that that's not the case, because, I don't remember a lot of that yet. That's the door I was thinking of. Interesting. Well, that's alright. Let's go down to the bottom and see if we can get some cogs from the area that we ran into. My bad. I forgot that you can't access Ethereal Shout while falling. Much like I said before, she's not interested in fighting them. She's already aware that if she takes them down, they're going to get back up. So it's a waste of her time and her magicka to try and defeat them. I feel as though she's... I could see her being driven driven by their voices, you can make it last forever. Like, she wonders if maybe they're seeing something she's not, and they're trying to tell her something. Speaking of which, I think her stomach is trying to tell her head that she needs to have something to eat. I'll have some stew and a little crumpet. Or pastry or whatever that thing was. I thought it was the stew when I first ate it. That's why I ate it. But it was not.
I'm going to bite your face.
Oh. Well, that's a problem. Never mind. No, it's not. That's interesting. I like the fact that that was like, it was closed, but it wasn't closed. I wonder if that's because it's closed, but like the game unlocks it, and the game doesn't relock it, but the bars went back up because the bars are supposed to be up for the quest. At least I think they're supposed to be up. I think I remember finding out that they weren't supposed to be up when we played through it. I don't know. I like this mission. I could say that I've only done it with like a handful of characters because it is a long mission. Not the one we're currently working on. This I just realized we've been wearing Volsung this entire time, out of curiosity. Yeah, like I thought, Volsung took everything off of us, so we lost a lot of our magical defense thanks to putting Volsung on. Put that back on. Put on kind of no, not that. Put the ring back on. Oh, the mantle and the mask are still on. Okay, so the only thing we lost was the circlet. Technically, it looked like we lost a lot more, but I'm used to this game being weird about how you wear stuff.
I'm going to bite your face.
I am looking for the room that we fought what's-his-face in. Because I know that that room is connected to a storage room. And that might have us some more cogs. We are getting close to the end of this episode. Like I said, a couple of these episodes for a while are going to be like this, where it's just me running around doing things, and it's stuff that probably most people will cut out. I'm not going to cut it out because I want a couple of episodes that are palate cleansers before we move on to the next set. So giving it a chance to see that she does stuff other than just going from quest to quest to quest, even though we are on a quest right now. What I might do though is if we can't find the pieces here, I might bring you guys back once we have 10 cogs, and I might just go to either travel to the place that the Mages College sent us when we were looking for the Staff of Magnus, Mazulf, and explore there for cogs, or I might try going to maybe the Forgotten City will have some cogs. I do have a way of getting out of here pretty quickly if I end up deciding I want to leave very quickly. The heck? Whoa. Okay, I know this place. I know I've been in this place. It's just this was not a place that I see all the time. So, like I said, this place is huge. This dungeon is massive. Oh. Where is he? This is one of the reasons why this place is a little bit of a pain. Like I said, once we want to leave, we can leave pretty quickly. Because I always have the mage's sanctuary teleportation spell. Which is one of the reasons why I like having it, because you can get out of pretty much anything you need to get out of for permanent escape purposes. Oh. I was like, what's that floating in the water? It's a gilded. Interesting that they float. It'd be more interesting that they float if I was under the impression it's just because of the fact that they are based on the humanoid mechanic, and the humanoid mechanic would float. Well, the humanoid body. Does bring into a thought process of like, are the gilded lighter than? Is that a part of me tempted to just teleport up there and see how far out of there we can go? Let's do some shenanigans. Probably shouldn't do some shenanigans, but we're gonna do some shenanigans anyway. This is why you can't have teleportation spells in Skyrim. Apparently there's a shield there because it just bounced me off. We'll try one more time. Nope. Okay. Not seeing any cogs again. So I'm thinking we are no cogs again. So let's travel to... Let's see, do we want to teleport back to the Mage's College and then explore somewhere else? Because I feel like a normal Dwemer dungeon, I feel like coming to here was a poor decision on my part because it's a modded dungeon, and so I don't think cogs were on the person's mind when they made it. That, or I'm having YouTuber blindness and not seeing cogs, because I've seen a lot of dishes, I've seen a lot of other stuff, I have not seen cogs. So we might head back to the Mages Guild. I may run around here for a few more minutes, see if I can find another storeroom, or see if I can figure out where some cogs be. But if I can't find cogs here, then when I bring you guys back, we'll probably be at Mazulf in the next one, and we'll probably go into Mazulf, looking around Mazulf for cogs. But we will be somewhere else. If I find the cogs here, then I'll bring you guys back, and we'll be at the Mage's College to turn the cogs in. But if I don't find the cogs here, then we'll be in Mazulf, probably the next one, looking for cogs there. But I am going to run around a little bit off camera looking for these cogs, just because I do feel like I've dedicated almost a full episode to looking for these things. There's a cog. And we've gotten maybe half of them. And it's not been constant, so I don't want to spend multiple episodes looking for the same thing. I would rather keep moving forward with progression and story. So, but if you guys are liking the series so far, hit that like button. It helps me keep the series going. It keeps me motivated. If you guys want to catch more of my stuff, hit that subscribe button. It'll help. It'll help you let you know when a new episode comes out. I do not have a schedule for these right now. I guarantee you're going to get at least one every Thursday. At least as often as I can keep them going up on Thursdays. And I can guarantee that you'll get at least, that I'm going to try my best to get at least one a week. Can I not get past there? Ha! Xenothar's teleport for the win. May not be able to help me when the door is locked, but it can help me when the bars are up. I wonder if, like, is his body here? Like, is it, like, waiting to re-trigger? Nope, it's not. I think it moved like it was trying to release him. But I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.